Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Chandrika and this is Rika Life. Thank you so much for joining me on my adventures in yarn and crochet. Today, as always, I have lots to share with you. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. All right, today we are doing another whip and yarn chat video. So feel free to grab a project that you would like to work on, maybe a beverage of your choice, and settle in. So I just need to readjust my my table. I have a few things here, and then pull my project. It's sitting here right beside me. I need to say that I am not mildly, I am actually obsessed with this project. Let me just get it settled here. Okay, this is the yarn I'm using, Premier Momenti yarn. This is 437 yards, 400 meters, 7 ounces or 200 grams. It is 58% cotton and 42% acrylic. A medium 4-weight recommends USI 5.5 millimeter hook. Hand wash cold, lay flat to dry. So you can see the yarn. It has all this color and then it has this kind of white woven in with it. I'm really loving this yarn. So I did use this yarn, one cake, for this same project, and I stopped at one cake. I might extend that one as well, but I'm almost done 2 cakes on the one that I'm going to show you right now. I don't know if I can, let me see if I can just move this back and maybe without dropping this out of the stand. No, that didn't work. Okay, now I'm kind of crooked. Okay, so this is what I'm working on. You can see it's getting quite big. So this is the Timber Trails blanket by Juan over at Juan the Yarn Addict. This is his pattern. It is, I believe, a 6-row repeat, and then you can keep going. So that is what I did. So I just have this much yarn left of the second cake, and then I'll be starting my 3rd cake, and that will be that. Let me just see if I can lower. Here we go. Whoops. Okay. So we were coming down a little bit. We were way up high. Now we're coming down a bit. I can see more of my yarn over here. Yeah. Yarn is everywhere. As you know, as you would have watched the last few videos, there's yarn coming out of my ears, trying to figure out where to put it all, but just so excited, as always, to get new yarn. So, all right, I'm going to be working on this. It is a very nice, easy 6-row repeat. I think this pattern is great for, it's great for even a beginner. Once you know the basic stitches, this pattern uses double crochets and chain spaces, and that is it. It's just the placement of those double crochets that makes up these 6 different rows. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I am obsessed. So the other one that I made, so sorry, I didn't tell you the name of the color. This color is Glacier. And the other color, which I shared, I think 2 weeks ago, is Seashell. So I bought those 2 colors, and I think I bought them, I want to say I bought them directly from Premier when they were on sale. Yeah, I think I bought them back in November of 2024 when they were on sale, and I don't know why I didn't pull it out before, but when I saw this Timber Trails pattern by Juan, I thought this yarn might be perfect for it, and I was absolutely right. This yarn is just amazing for it. So I'm super duper excited about this pattern. I don't know how much more I'll be able to do with the last cake, just because now each round is so big. I do not have any plans yet for this blanket. I have not earmarked it for anyone or for any, to donate. So for now, I guess we can call it a throw. I think it's a bit bigger than a regular baby blanket size. So we'll just call it a throw for now. And yeah, this was not, I don't think this was the first time I used Premier Momenti. I feel like I have ordered it before, but maybe I just ordered like one cake or two cakes, and likely I must have also made a baby blanket with that. But this time around with my J 6mm hook, I'm loving it. It's just gliding. It's just like, it's so smooth on my hook. It's like this yarn and this hook were made for each other. I don't know how else to describe it, but it's just like this beautiful thing, this beautiful symphony, it's this flow. It's just gliding. Yeah. So this is a J hook that I've been using for a while, so it's already lost its color. It started out as like a bright yellow color. Now it's a very pale yellow. I'm guessing over time the color comes off. Now when I say over time, I mean I've had this hook for like 10 years. So in 10 years, if the color wears off, that's perfectly fine. I'm hoping this video isn't too washed out or blurry, because when I'm looking at it on my phone, it kind of looks like it's not as clear as could be, but I have tried cleaning my lens of my phone, so I'm not exactly sure what's happening. But do tell me below in the comments what you are working on. I would love to know. I know we all have such varied interests when it comes to crocheting, and we all make such different things, but it's so nice to see what other people are making. I am making headway on some of the things that are on my to-do list or to make list. And so I have been spending time making teacher appreciation gifts, and those are turning out very nicely so far. All right, we are at the corner, and now we're going to join and chain 3 and turn our work and move on to the next row, which is, I think it is double crochet cross stitch, if I'm not mistaken. So the easiest way to work on this blanket that I'm doing is just to go back down and see what comes after. So yeah, I think it is, yep, the double crochet crosses. So I have done some of Juan's patterns before. I think last year I did his spring crochet along. There's another pattern of his. I think it's called the Textured Vibes Square, if I'm not mistaken. I know he has a whole series of squares now, but that is one that I saw, and I thought my mandala gradient yarn would be really good for it. So I'm going to try to do that. Of course, I don't know if I should start it right now or if I should finish this project first, because then I might have two competing for my time and attention. So I thought that would be kind of a nice stash buster for the mandala gradient yarn. So I finished a project with the blue color, but I do have, so I have soft pink, I have some blue, I have hot pink, and I have 2 of purple. So I have, let's just say I have 4.5 cakes left of the mandala gradient yarns, which is not bad considering I ordered it in 7 colors. And I think aside from the purple, I ordered 3 of each. So how many is that? 6 times 3, 18, 19, 20, 22 balls of that yarn. That's, I think so. I think I ordered 3 of each color. That's just crazy to me, but that's how it goes here. When I look at something that I like, I'll just buy a whole bunch of it, because generally I do like my purchases. I haven't really, I can only think of like maybe one time when I bought, I think it was Karen not Karen Jumbo. I feel like it was Karen Ombre yarn. And I bought it in like 2 different colorways. I ended up returning it because it was sitting in my yarn closet and I just wasn't very happy with it. Okay, hold on one second. Oh my gosh, that is so much better. That is so clear. Okay, I should have just cleaned off my lens before. I apologize for the first part of this video. The rest of it will be clear. Now you can see me. There's no white haze all over me. Anyways, I was saying that, yeah, so I had some yarn I had bought from Joann's, I guess, and then I had it in my closet for like a week or two, and every time I opened it and looked at it, I was like, oh, I don't really like that yarn. So I just took the receipt and went back to the store, and I don't think I returned it. I think I exchanged it. I think I just asked them, can this be exchanged? And they said yes. And so I went and picked out some new yarn, and then I, exchanged it. So yeah, it has happened, but generally I've been very lucky. I went to Joann's once and this yarn was on sale, Woolies Thick and Quick, okay? I had never used it before, but this was last year in like October or November, and I was looking for yarn to make hats with. So I then bought it in 5 or 6 different colors, and I got a couple of skeins. And yeah, I still have in front of me, I have 4 balls of it, and then I have some scraps. So, or I might even have, no, I do have a fair amount. But this is just what I do. I did it with the Woolies Thick and Quick. I did it when Lisa over at Happy to Hook Creations, she was talking about Big Twist Posh yarn. So I was like, oh, what is this Big Twist Posh yarn? So I just, at that time it was there at Joann's, and I went and I saw it and I picked some colors and I just brought it home, and then I started working with it and I loved it. So let's just say I've been very fortunate that others' recommendations and just my kind of looking at it online and trying to read reviews and all of that has been successful, and I've bought things that I've really liked. So I'm really lucky. Otherwise, can you imagine you buy like 20 balls of yarn and then you have to go return it? I mean, that would not be fun, especially when buying it online. But I've been very, very fortunate that everything I've chosen, I've pretty much, for the most part, really fallen in love with. So one yarn that I do want to talk about is one that I had never used before because it was never really on sale. So Lion Brand Mandala has a whole family of mandala yarns, and one of their yarns is called Mandala Impressions. Now, I believe it is either a 4-weight or a 5-weight. I want to say it's a 5-weight, and it just has the most beautiful colors, and it's thicker than worsted weight. And when I was making hats earlier this month and last month, I was actually able to make 2 hats out of each ball. I got them for $7, I think, at Joann's, and well, the first time I'm not sure how much I paid, but no, I did. So I got them for $7, and then when I went back, I went and got some more, which you'll see in my Joann's yarn haul video, and I am loving that yarn. I love the texture of it. I love the colors of it. I love how it works up when I make hats, and I actually bought 4 of the same color, and I was thinking of maybe making something other than a hat because I just really enjoy that yarn. So if you have used Lion Brand Mandala Impressions, I'm very open to your suggestions as to what I can make with it. So far, thinking hats or scarves. Yeah, that would actually make a very, very beautiful scarf. So maybe I will make a scarf with it. Now I just need to think of a pattern that will show it off. I think a very, very simple pattern because it has its own color variations that are happening. So you don't want anything too busy. So I'm thinking maybe just a simple like double crochet or half double crochet or like a linked half double crochet. Yeah, the linked half double crochet might be nice because then there won't be any holes. So I think the linked half double crochet, or sorry, linked double crochet is what I used for my daughter's blanket, and then what I used for another large blanket that I was making this month. I keep wanting to call it a herringbone double crochet, but I think that's a completely different stitch. So I might be wrong, but in editing, if you see something on the screen, then you know that I might have misspoke, but I think it's a linked double crochet stitch that I was making. Anyhow, what is the point of my story? I don't even know. I forgot where I started with the story, but yeah, I am so fortunate with the yarn that I buy. I just get so lucky. But yeah, now I have a fair amount in my stash, and so I'm just crocheting like mad, working on projects, trying to get things made, and working through my whips. I don't have too many whips right now. I want to say I have less than 10 whips. And for me, that is very manageable and it's not overwhelming. If I just started willy-nilly making, starting projects all over the place, then yeah, I would have like 20, 25 whips. And then that does get overwhelming for me. I just want to have something that I can look over and be like, okay, here are, 3 project bags, here are 5 project bags, and this is it, It's funny though, because I'm working on like multiple things at once. So I'm making blankets, I'm making baskets, I'm making keychains, I'm making shawls, I'm making hats, and so there's so much variety. And so I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything, that I need to start any more whips. Like I'm very happy with the variety. So if I didn't have that and I was like, oh yeah, I'm just sitting here making 100 hats, well, yes, I would get bored of that. But firstly, variety in the types of project, and then variety in the types of yarn and the, corresponding hooks that I'm using. So there's a lot of flexibility there, I feel, and it keeps me interested and it keeps me going. So I don't mind making so many different things at one time. It's actually really fun for me, and I keep them all, either I keep some projects here near my desk, on my desk in project bags, and then I keep things beside me on the couch or in project bags there. So there are things all over. And yes, there's also a mandala I had started a couple of weeks ago, but that's been kind of cast aside because that was with a like 1-weight yarn, and I think I was using like a G hook on that, and that just would totally mess up my tension with these other projects. So that is totally on the back burner, and I know one day I'll be missing that and I'll go back to it and work on it a little bit. But for now, it's in the top of one of my whip bags, so I won't lose it. I know what it is. I've written down all the information. I know what hook size I use. I know where I am in the pattern, and I will get to it. It actually came from a bag of super fine 1-weight yarn that I have. I bought Red Heart It's a Wrap Rainbow on clearance at Michael's some years ago. It was on clearance for $5 each, and the colors are so beautiful. And I bought a bunch, And now it's like, I don't like working with that weight yarn. So I was very close to like just giving it away or trying to sell it, but I don't know why I'm still holding on to it. I don't really have any interest in working with it that much. It just requires a totally different mindset, I feel, to work with something that thin. I usually work with worsted weight, number 4s, number 5s. That's kind of where my comfort zone is. So let's see. I'll have to figure out what to do with that yarn. Of course, I did spend money on it, but I'm going to see. Maybe I can put it up in Marketplace or something, and someone might be interested in it. And then I can, pass it along to someone that will actually enjoy it instead of me begrudgingly work on it. So, yeah. All right. I really need to turn my work, and this cake is almost finished. So, I did bring my scissors with me. My yarn pouches, cases go around with me. So this one has stitch markers and the big hooks and my measuring tape. And then I have another one that has the rest of the hooks. I also have one that has like extra hooks. So I tried in my primary pouch that I use every day to just have one of each size and not have multiples. So the multiples are in a different bag. I just did that because it was like getting heavy, and I took out the measuring tape and put it in this one because that was making it get heavy too. So I just try to keep things organized. Now, of course, in my project bags, many times I keep a hook in there also. So that is very helpful. That way I don't have to go looking for the hook or try to remember, because I think that I have superpowers and I can remember everything. And at the end of the day, I really can't. So I need to keep my hooks with my whips for the most part. And that's how I remember what hook size I was using. There's no magic to that. I'm working on shawls, so I'll put a hook in there. Then I'm working on a car project and I'll keep the hook in there. So nothing too fancy, just keeping the hooks with the projects. It makes life much easier. Of course, it's nice to have it all in one case and, closed with the zipper, but then who will remember what they did with their project? So I just keep it in the whip bag sometimes. That just helps me, and it's quick. I don't have to go looking. I'm just like, all right, here's a hook, and I can just pick it up and start hooking. So, oh my gosh, it's all tangled at the end. I'm just taking out all this. I just want it to glide. Like I was saying, it's gliding. I just want it to glide here so that it can be very nice instead of having this barf and throw up whatever is happening here with the yarn. It's just, I don't know why it's doing this. This is like the very end. Oh my gosh. It's keep getting knotted on itself. It's such nice yarn. I might go back onto Premier's website and see what other colors there are in the Premier Momenti, because for an acrylic cotton blend, it's very, very nice. I'm really enjoying it. So I think I'm going to go over to their website and see what other colorways they have that might interest me. The thing is, it doesn't even look like what it is on the website because you can't tell. All right, now I've made a nice knot. Look at that. I just made a knot. That's like near the end. It's okay. I'll just cut it and reattach it or something. I'm just cutting it out. All right. I've cut that out. I'll put the end on the side. Put this little scrap over here. And I do need to keep track of time, but I think I'll just finish off this yarn and then start on the new cake, and then we'll take a break. So, all right. So now I'm doing the double crochet cross row, which is very nice. I need to start sitting down and designing some more patterns. I do have tutorials on my channel and I do have written patterns on Ravelry, but it's been a while since I designed anything. I think I haven't designed anything this year. I know I did sit down one day with a cinnamon swirl cake, a Karen cinnamon swirl cake, and I was just playing around and just making squares. And I did write down what I did as well, but nothing really came of that. So yeah, I think it's about time that I sit down and try to design something, because that's a part of crocheting that I really like doing as well, and sharing my ideas and my thoughts and my designs. So if you haven't already, definitely go to my channel and click on playlists. You'll see tutorials there and you can look through my tutorials. I have some corner to corner tutorials as well. If you're interested in doing that, you can check that out there as well. Okay, I think the yarn is almost finished, and then the color is going to change. So it's going to go back into the light blue, which is fine. I mean, I found with this cake, it was very nice to just work it from the inside out until I kind of came to the very end and that yarn all got tangled. But I just don't know if I really like working from the outside in, because I know it keeps the middle of the cake nice, but then you also kind of get stuck because it starts rolling around. So I think I'm just going to stick to working from the inside out. And I know it's going to totally change up this color scheme, but that is okay. All right, so here's my last stitch. So I kept a tail. And now, let's see, we have something sticking out of here. So let's just... When does that ever happen? I honestly thought this was tucked in here. When does this ever happen? Look at that. Wow, I'm so lucky today. I should go buy a lottery ticket. Oh my gosh, when has this ever happened? Honestly. Amazing, amazing. Saves me so much time. So I think I'm making what's called a magic knot. So you make 2 knots separately, pull them tight, and then you snip off the ends. And it will not come apart. And I've been doing this for so many things and for so long, and I've never had anything come apart. It's completely tight. All right, so now we can just continue, and I know the color is going to change. It's going to become a little bit, you know, of an eyesore here. And the color is changing from navy blue to this color, but I think it will work itself out. It'll kind of just become part of it. So now that I've joined the 3rd cake to the project, as I move past kind of the midway point, I'm going to keep track of how much yarn, like kind of just eyeball it, but I'm going to keep track of how much yarn it takes to get around the whole blanket, because it is a square, so it's going to take quite a few stitches to get around. Of course, now that depends on what stitch I'm doing at that time, but in any case, I'm pretty sure I can get around, I don't know, 5 times? Maybe 5 times. We'll have to see. So yes, this project is so hard to put down. I love it so much. I love the way, like the silky feel of the yarn through my hook. But alas, I have to go do other things, so I cannot sit here and play all day. Though I'm sure I will be back at this, and I will be working on this, and you'll probably see it in more upcoming videos. But I'm just like, I'm loving this. I don't know if it's the pattern, if it's the yarn, if it's both of them together. And I know I didn't say thank you, but thank you, Juan, for making this pattern, because I am enjoying it so much. And it's like this nice, wonderful, mindless project that I can work on. in between other things, and I'm just enjoying it so much. So thank you, Juan, for making this pattern. I'm going to try and make sure to tag you in this video so you know that I am making your pattern. And yes, I'm going to end today's video here. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, I hope you have a wonderful crochetful day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.